Talking to Josh Green, the governor of down in Hawaii, who has some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators.
Why is he dancing? Welcome back to Shadow Wreckardz, independent media for the people. I'm Scott. Let's continue. Gavin Newsom and other California government officials have been taking heavy criticism for their role in the massive devastation caused by the recently ignited and out-of-control wildfires. Under attack are leadership decisions that led to insufficient firefighting resources, a lack of effective forest management practices, and inexplicably, not enough water. Governor Newsom, what say you?
And would it have mattered? I mean, let's be honest about it here. I've talked to all my experts, all the firefighters I've been with. They said we could add an engine on every house and 90-mile-an-hour winds with all the pressure in the world. So you got to be realistic about that as well.
So California, there's your governor, suggesting that a fire engine on every house with all the water pressure in the world could not have mitigated the effects of these unprecedented fire conditions. It's like the perfect storm, I suppose. But you know who might dispute that claim? Pacific Palisades resident John Carr. He defied evacuation orders and saved his house and 2 other nearby homes with nothing more than a garden hose. Now, he was lucky enough to have adequate water pressure to get the job done. But let's hear what he has to say about firefighting resources. His perspective differs greatly from that of the governor's.
When I was out here hosing the house down and getting ready, and when the houses started to burn, I didn't see one single fire truck out here at all. 0. If they had some fire trucks and just put a squirt here, a squirt there, and kept an eye on things, all these houses would be here now. I'm telling you right now, I saw it with my own eyeballs. All these houses. The houses behind me, they're all gone. They started with one little spark, one little small fire. They just squirted those out, had a few people out there. They'd all be here now.
One of these dudes is full of shit. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'll tell you who doesn't believe it's Gavin Newsom, America's favorite shepherd, Miss Whoopi Goldberg. Watch her deftly maneuver to control her anxious flock. Step 1, of course, Orange Man bad.
Right now, responders are desperately trying to contain the wildfires ravaging Los Angeles. A lot of officials are scrambling to find answers and fighting back against misinformation. Take a look.
This is a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration. They don't have any water.
I mean, why not drop the mic right there? Do View fans need any more convincing than that? Nonetheless, she continues.
Actually, here's what Governor Gavin Newsom has had to say about all of this. Watch.
I don't know what he's referring to when he talks about the Delta smelt in reservoirs. The reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us.
Here's how this works.
Here's how this works. I'm going to explain to you how this shit is actually shinola.
There was a fire catastrophe in California. Had to do with winds. You know how they're always saying, oh, the wind. It actually does. The winds move things and sparks move things.
The winds move things and sparks move things. Why do I put myself through this? Mining this show for these clips. I do it for you so that you don't have to. Now, I know I'm asking you to watch a bit now, but as little as possible to make the point, with the hope that if you have a loved one who watches this show, you'll be inspired to have an intervention or something.
And it doesn't matter how much water you have if 900,000 buildings go up at the same time.
Okay, first off, it's not 900,000, and it's certainly not all at the same time. According to my search earlier today, January 14th, 2025, 12,300 structures have been destroyed or damaged by these fires. If you're going to bitch about misinformation, you should at least refrain from spreading it. Of course, normal people just call this hyperbole. Let's watch that part of the Gavin Newsom Meet the Press interview that the View producers did not want you to see.
And that mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us. Responding to Donald Trump's insults, we would spend another month. I'm very familiar with them. Every elected official that he disagrees with, very familiar with them.
We do know, though, from reporting here locally that one reservoir that serves the Palisades was not full.
And that's exactly what triggered my desire to get the investigation.
And that's exactly what triggered my desire to get the investigation. You almost tripped me up, you cheeky little bastard, but I'm Gavin fucking Newsom. I'll tell you what, if there are lizard shapeshifters ruling our world, this guy is one of the slipperiest. It's all media, we go there. Can't get away with that on a mainstream program, but you can come close if you're Mel Gibson.
Well, you know, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which, it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be, you know? I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Mel, I suspect it's more than California they want empty. Maybe that's why Newsom appears to dance with such giddy excitement as he reimagines the future rebuild. Listen to this follow-up point by Laura Ingram.
Well, Mel, there's already talk, and we played a couple of sound bites of reimagining the way rebuilding occurs. And obviously there's a great need for high-density housing in California and across the country. That's a big push by the climate folks. And you're already hearing rumblings of that. In this case, like goodbye single-family homes, hello high-density housing.
If all of this doesn't sound familiar to you, allow Gavin to refresh your memory.
I know it's rote and cliched, and even saying it's rote and cliched, but we will be built back better and stronger.
Now, where have I heard that before?
I'm here today to talk about infrastructure.
Building back better.
To build back better. To build back better.
To build back better. Build back better.
I suppose if you think about it, you really can't build something back until it's been destroyed. And I think I'll wrap it up there. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button. Comment. I'd love to hear what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you know anyone who might like content like this, please share the video. See you soon.